justice. I demand these mad dogs be shot. Who are these mad dogs? Thousands of old Bolsheviks, including Kamenev, Zinoviev, Pyatakov, Smirnov, Bukharin, comrades and collaborators of Lenin, men who made the Communist Party and the Communist Revolution. Now, the party demands their lives. Now, the revolution devours its own. The sentences? The old Bolsheviks too must die. And as they go, do they hear the song they used to sing? Arise, ye slaves who know starvation, shake off the curse that binds the earth. Our reason boils with indignation and makes us die to gain new birth. Do they hear? Emerging from the Kremlin fortress, the victim, Stalin, who tells the Russians, there is not and never was in all the world such a strong authoritative power as the Soviet power. But another leader has built another authoritarian state, and Hitler tells the Germans, the ideas by which we are governed are diametrically opposed to those of Soviet Russia. Our task is to destroy Marxism. We will fight it to the death. And Stalin tells the Russians, it is quite possible, of course, that there are madmen in Germany who dream of annexing the Soviet Ukraine. If there are really such lunatics in Germany, rest assured that we shall find enough straitjackets for them in our country. And Hitler tells the Germans, Bolshevism is the most malignant poison that can be given to a people. Any treaty connections with the present Russian government would be completely worthless. August 23rd, 1939. Tis time for fear when tyrants seem to kiss. Stalin's comrade Molotov and Hitler's Herr von Ribbentrop signed their so-called Friendship Pact in the Kremlin. Hitler has his green light for World War II. Stalin has switched it on. Germany and Communist Russia meet again, this time over the corpse of Poland, the corpse of peace. Like two vultures eyeing one another, they consume the spoils. But the cynicism that makes such alliances is the same cynicism that destroys them. June 22nd, 1941. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics reels under the sudden shock of German invasion. Dissolve in the heat of the German assault. Hitler's panzers devour the country faster than they can digest it. 2 million Red Army prisoners in the first 4 months of battle. Another million in the next 4. Whole divisions, whole armies collapse, surrender. More, much more than the military fronts disintegrate with the steady advance of the German Wehrmacht into Russia. The propaganda front collapses as well. The myth of the people's devotion to communism. In the land of the workers and peasants greet the Germans as liberators. At long last, the time is at hand when their land, their lives, will once again be their own. See the conquering hero comes. Sound the trumpets, beat the drums. surrender the Germans do, unconditionally. Stalin has told his people that their battle was part of the struggle of the peoples of Europe and America for their independence and democratic freedom. It is 1945, and World War II is over. Yet tears to human suffering are due, and mortal hopes defeated and o'erthrown are mourned by man, and not by man alone. Core of an empire more powerful, more vast than any dream of any czar. And Stalin, his associates, his party, after the war, stronger than ever before. Supreme Soviet of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics basks in the reflected glory of recent victory. In the name of the dictatorship of the